وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا وسندنا وحبيبنا وحبيب ربنا مولانا محمد عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا وداعيا إلى الله بإذنه وسراجا منيرا. Alhamdulillah, my dear respected brothers, elders, sisters, glory be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He has allowed us to reach the completion of these days of fasting of Ramadan. May He accept it from all of us. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. And He allowed us to worship Him in the night. He gave us the strength, He gave us the food, the nourishment, and allowed us to use that to worship Him. May He accept that worship. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. These are moments where we seek that reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we should be convinced that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, regardless of how weak my efforts were, how feeble I am, I should always remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy supersedes, overpowers His wrath. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned, Inna rahmati taghlibu ghadabi. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, before the creations of the heavens and the earth, before penning down everything that will happen from the beginning of time till the end of time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions on the authentic narration that He wrote this prior to any decree, any creation, that my mercy will always overpower my wrath. He did not need to do this, but He did it for us. And we are grateful to Him. And we implore and request His mercy at this time, seeking forgiveness, that, oh Allah, forgive us. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Forgive us and enter into Jannatul Firdaus. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. We must ask with conviction that definitely He forgives, and He has forgiven us. We must be convinced of this. Not a shadow of a doubt. Allah's mercy is beyond my expectations. Allah's mercy is beyond my sin. Allah's mercy is beyond my negligence. Allah has forgiven me. May Allah forgive us all. In doing so, asking Allah for forgiveness, one thing that you and I must do for each other is that as we are seeking forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we too, just as we want His forgiveness, we too should become an example of forgiveness. We too must search deep within our hearts those people, those moments which really caused the scar, left an impact on us for the rest of our life. People who hurt us, the places, the events, whatever it was. Deep down we must search within ourselves and forgive others. Forgive others. Why? Because I want to forgive, at least with the intention that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will look towards this forgiveness of mine and then forgive me. If I'm holding someone responsible for something that happened in this world, one incident, two, or however many, do I think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will easily forgive me while I'm holding someone responsible for one or two actions? I need to forgive others and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to look at that forgiveness despite what happened to me. Who said what? I forgive, I move on, and I ask Allah to forgive me. Tonight, even at this moment, know that when you forgive everyone of everything that they've ever done, right at that moment, Allah's mercy opens up to you. And as you are forgiving someone else, Allah is forgiving you. So open up your hearts right now. Let this prayer of Isha come at a moment when you have nothing in your heart, no malice in your heart for anyone, and forgive. Who was it that harmed you? What did they do? How long has it been that you've not talking to someone? How long has it been that you've expressed this concern of yours to someone else, how much you despise this person or what they did. And often, it's your own brother. Often, it's your own spouse. Often, it's your own family member or a close friend, because you only get scarred by those who come close to you. Someone who's not a friend, no, you don't know. Whatever they do, what do you care? The harm, the pain, rather, comes deeper as the relationships are deep. So it's harder to forgive also. Broken trust, part of life. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness by forgiving others. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow me to open my heart to forgive others. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala open others' hearts to forgive me. And through it, I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive us all. Just before we end, one announcement. We are distributing sweets tonight. And you may be thinking, when all these things are happening in Gaza and Palestine, how are we going to have these sweets? Well, at least what we can do is we put a message on top of those sweets. Read that message. Read that message. Whoever takes that sweet, let them also read that message and implement that message. You will see what that message is when you get the sweets, inshallah. Okay? Jazakallah khair.